We are here. Hi YouTube. Hi Fit Fam. I'm gonna start calling out my Fit Fam. 2 T's, not one. Because we extra fit around here. We extra fit, okay? Well, welcome Fit Fam. Welcome to my channel. This is Shanice Like Janice. I have been meaning to get on YouTube for the past 3, 4, 5, 7 years, 4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days, and 19 hours, okay? It's been a long time coming, but nonetheless, we are here now. Who am I? First, let me talk about who I am, because then it relates to what this video is actually about. I am a dancer, a trainer, a volleyball coach, a movement enthusiast, a dance instructor. I do handstands and splits. I love rolling on the floor. I love being upside down. I skate occasionally, and probably the only thing that makes me sit down is crocheting. Everything else is up and active. I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't get home until about 10 o'clock at night, so everything is on the move. I wanted to just, let's talk about consistency and what that means for entrepreneurs or people on the go. Okay, I'm talking about you have a 9 to 5, but after your 9 to 5, you got this hobby and this event and this program and this activity, and you possibly have kids, and you possibly have a partner, which means your life is on the move. Let's talk. Let's talk about the definition. I'm talking about Webster's definition of consistency. And I'm not talking about consistency like water versus putty versus oil. I'm talking about behaving or always behaving or performing in a similar way, which means you have a goal here, and the activities, the actions that you take determines how fast or how proficient reaching this goal is. My definition of consistency in the most lamest terms ever is always making moves towards your goal. That's consistent. That's being consistent. It doesn't always have to be 100%, which means I'm working at 100% effort and capacity, but it means I'm moving towards, I'm doing something, some type of action towards my goal. For example, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be transparent with you, my goal is to gain weight, okay? That's one of my fitness goals. It took me a while to understand what I needed to do in order to do so. I also didn't know that I was stressed. I wasn't mentally aware that I was stressing, which was also hindering why I wasn't gaining weight. Duh. But nonetheless, I had to learn what type of foods to eat, calorie tricks, the differences between calorie uptake and protein. I had to figure out that I need to sleep a lot. I don't need to overwork like I was working in 2019. If you know who I was in 2019, I'm gonna let you know I was overworking myself. If I knew the proper research, I knew the proper activities and steps to do so, I probably would have been 155. 2 years ago, I would have been 155. But now that I know what to do, we on this journey together. Now that you know, and I know that you know, we locked in forever. What does consistency look like for a PE teacher, a busy trainer, a busy coach? What does that look like? Most of the time, I already have my plan, but because all of my activities are physical in some way, shape, or form, I can manipulate them so that it works towards my benefit. But if, let's say, I was a dentist, or if I was, I don't know, a construction worker, or if I was a secretary, that might be different. But because my goals or my activities are active, I go a little upper hand for making it happen. But that also means I shouldn't be overworking. So with my goal of gaining weight, I have to lift heavy, but I also must not work on my rest days. I can do active things like stretching, I can do mobility things, I can work on rehab and recovery, I can get massages, but I shouldn't be overly training because my goal is to gain weight. So I lift heavy to build my muscle, I then eat and I sleep so those things can, what's the word I'm trying to use? Be in collaboration, so you say, with maintaining that weight. If I go from weight training and I don't rest, I don't drink a whole bunch of water, then I do volleyball and I dance and I do more volleyball and I work out, when am I resting so that my gains can come? Because 1 + 1 is 2. So for me, I set up my calendar for the week. On the weekends, probably Saturday or Sunday, I set up my calendar and I see what it looks like fitness style. I say, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym this day and this is what I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna eat this, that, and the third. I'm gonna take this to work with me. I'm gonna have this snack. I make sure I write these things down and I stay consistent with it. And also, tip, get your notepad out. I'll give you a second. I let my accountability partner know. I am not in this journey alone. I've tried it alone, but I also know that if I am not mentally strong, if something happens in my life where I'm like, nah, I'm not going to today, or I don't feel like it, then I won't. If I don't have a person that be like, hey, you work out today? Hey, did you make move towards your goal today? So I have that person for me. Shout out to Talise. Okay, I have that person for me that makes sure that I am on top of my goals. She tends to check in with me as often as possible and vice versa. Because sometimes I will forget. I might say, all right, this week, yo, this is what I'm gonna do and I need you to hold me accountable. And I forget about it, and come Wednesday, she texted me like, are you? And I'm like, you know what? I appreciate that. Let's talk about some common excuses of why people don't stay consistent. And the first one is mindset. The mindset pisses me off. I notice first, people doubt themselves. People say they can't. People don't believe they can. And that's the first thing. Your mindset says you can't. Says you can't. How is it gonna happen if you don't even believe that it's gonna happen? Nobody's gonna wake up and do it for you. I wish, because I'll be at home just resting my feet. The second is, life be happening. Life be happening. You have a whole plan, or life will be going good for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, and then something happens. Something out the blue, something you didn't plan, and it happens. Life be happening. So sometimes we use that as an excuse to be like, no, I'm not going to, or I didn't. So what? And I'm be that person. I'm not saying I'm not sympathizing. I'm going to be that person. I'm talking about, you get sick. And I like, oh, I'm not going to the gym today. Cool, don't go to the gym today, but sis, get up and go in your living room and do something. Do something. Or wear a mask and get up and go to the gym anyway, and carry hand sanitizer and wash your hands before and after the gym. It's not an excuse. You can't when you're dead. When you're dead, you can't. But until then, you can. You can push. It might be hard. It might be complicated. It might be challenging. It might take a long time. It might take a lot of money, but you can. Let's say, I don't know, I want to wake up at 5:30 in the morning every day. That's my goal. Twice a week, wake up at 5:30 in the morning. So check me on it. And I'm going to go to the gym. But what happens if I get a flat tire? What happens if my car gets stolen? What happens if anything happens with my car? How am I going to still be consistent in making this happen? Here's a thought, since I'm solutions oriented. There's a thing called Lyft. There's a thing called Uber. There's a thing called call somebody. There's a thing called switch up the times, right? So maybe you don't go at 5:30, maybe you go somewhere that's more convenient. There's a thing called take a scooter, take a bike, like make it happen. If that's really your goal, if you're really trying to reach that goal, make it happen. There are no excuses. And that brings me to my third point. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses for the incompetent. You are not incompetent, Fit Fam. You are not. All right? We do not use the word can't around here. We try our hardest, and we are solutions oriented. With that being said, I need y'all to keep me tight to my goal. I must gain, right now I'm 136, 19 pounds to be 155, and maintaining. That includes going to the gym twice a week at 5:30. And stop being lazy and snoozing my alarm, because I do not want to go after work. That means if I do miss my 5:30, that I still get up and I go after work. Or if I don't go after work, there's a gym at my school, there's a gym at my job, which means I go to that gym. I don't make excuses. I make it happen. Also, on the days that I don't feel like it, I call my accountability partner. I say, hey, I'm not feeling it today. I might need some motivation and a push. So whenever you have time today, just call me, check up on me, push me, make sure I get it done. What you need today? You need something from me today? Because I can't ask without wanting to help as well. But included in my fitness journey and helping you out and you helping me out and us keeping each other accountable, I am going to be sharing some of my favorite core workouts. I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite glute and leg workouts. I'm going to be showing you progress on my handstands and my cartwheels, and hopefully this year I get my backflip. I'm just mentally like fearful of doing it, but keep me accountable to it. And if you got a goal you need me to help you out with, you need a reminder, you need a hey, drop a video about this, drop that in the comments. Let's help each other out. Let's do this together. I'm going to be very realistic about workouts. I tend to see a lot of YouTube videos and you don't see how many times they rest or how many times they complain, or if the shot that they show you on YouTube is actually one shot, or if they just did it for content. Or you're going to see it all, baby. You're going to see me yell. You're going to see me scream. You're going to see me stop. You're going to see me push through sometimes because mama ain't raised no. Okay? But it's going to be all consistency. I'm going to drop some gems on you. I'm going to keep you updated with my progress of getting my splits, all three of them. I have my left, my right one is good 90% on the ground, and my middle split is non-existent. That bad boy is it. So we gonna go from here. All right, Fit Fam, if you are ready for the journey, if you need an accountability partner, if you just here to see how my journey goes, drop hashtag Fit Fam in the comments. All right, today is Sunday, hold up, March 16th. I'm going to see you all next week. And in the meantime, just stay tuned. Click that like button. Click the subscribe button. Make sure you stay close and in tune with what's happening in life. And let's stay consistent together. Let's take very small baby steps. Sometimes one day might be a big step. But let's take steps towards making these goals this year. We are not letting 2025 go by and we don't reach these goals. All right? I'll see y'all next week. Bye, Fit Fam.